All right, we're going to be doing the isometric view of this pentagonal prism at the bottom and this pentagonal pyramid at the top. First thing that we need to do is to be able to draw a pentagon. All right, so we start out and it says that I've got a 40 millimeter base. I'm going to start out by measuring off 20 millimeters on my pair of compasses and measuring 20 millimeters on that side, 20 millimeters on that side, giving me my 40 millimeter base over here. I'm just going to draw that so that you can see it. There we go. This should be done as an auxiliary view right at the beginning of the drawing. Whenever you've got these things, make sure that you've got an auxiliary view. Then start by drawing a nice big circle going around like that. Just a construction line circle. Another little construction line circle going around like that. Take it up to the intersection of those two arcs over there. Draw another arc coming round so that it cuts through at the two circles that I just drew. You're going to take a line from that point going through where the arc cuts this perpendicular bisector over here, and you can then get that perfect 72-degree angle by linking that up with the circle over there. And the same story on this side, taking a line from that intersection of those two arcs over there through the intersection of that perpendicular bisector and the arc and up to that circle over there. You've obviously got to know how to do that, and I would suggest spending some time learning how to do that so that it comes quickly and naturally. Right, there we go. There's the two 72-degree angles that I need, and I now have my pair of compasses still set to that 72 degrees. Come up to this side over here, mark a little arc over there. If you've drawn accurately, you should find that I get another arc exactly at the same spot, and I now have a nice pentagon drawn accurately straight away. Right. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to highlight some isometric lines that you are going to be able to draw straight away on your drawing. I've got a line over here at the back which is parallel, and I've got a line that is vertical over here. Those two lines are going to be isometric lines when I come to my drawing. I'm going to insert another isometric line which can't really be seen, but you're going to need it in order to get measurements. I'm going to draw a line coming across over here. This distance over here from there to the center line is going to be very, very important on my isometric view. Right, you can see over here I've got this point S over here, and you'll see that if I draw a line going across on this diagram over here, you'll see that that distance from S up to that line is going to be needed, and I'm going to be needing that distance from S across to there in order to try and draw this thing. So I'm going to draw a line from my S going in this direction, and a line going from S going in this direction. Right, S is going to be in my right hand. So in other words, that line going out over there is going to be the length of the object of my front view. So I'm going to take that distance. There we go. From there, going across to there. And I place that on S over there. And I mark a little line over there. And I'm going to draw another little construction line going back over here. I now measure off this distance, that distance S from there to there, which I'll get off my auxiliary view over here. Take that distance over there, going back, and I'm going to draw a little line going, a little arc going back that distance. I now have that line. Note, because that is parallel to that, you can see the isometric lines that I'm talking about over here. I can now take this distance over here from that center line going to there, okay? And if I go in over here, you'll find that I found the center of this thing over here. Right, once I've got that, I can now take a center line going back all the way to the back of this thing. Let's just take our center line, long dash, short dash, long dash, short dash, long dash, short dash, long dash. And from there, I'll be able to get the distance from that corner over there to that baseline at the back over there. I'm going to take that pop that onto that center line. I can now draw in a line going back over there. Right, now what's important is we are not going to draw in the pentagon on the bottom first, we're going to try and draw in a pentagon at the top. So from there I'm going to take a little line going up over here. I'm just going to change color. There we go, going up from that point. I'm going to measure up the distance of 20 millimeters. Let's just take a pair of dividers to get that. 20 millimeter gap going up from there. 20 millimeter gap going up from there. And I'll take a line going out like that, and a line going across like that. And I'll take those distances again. I'll just take them off here. That's the most accurate. I can take that back from there to there. And you'll see how that links up nicely over here, giving me that corner. I can draw that in dark straight away. Be able to draw that dark in straight away. I'll draw this line going up from there to there straight away. I'll be able to draw in a line going from there up straight away to there. I can now draw in these non-isometric lines from there to there and from there to there. I can draw in these non-isometric lines going across from there to there and from there to there. They should be perfectly parallel to each other, these non-isometric lines. Once I've got that, I now take this distance from that point going across to the back. Take that from that corner over there going to the back. I'm going to draw in a construction line at the back over there. All right. And I'm not going to draw any more until I've drawn the pyramid part so that I can get my hidden detail in correctly. Right. Next thing that I'm going to need to find is the center of this pentagon. To do that, I have the midpoint of that line over there. So I'm going to take that onto this side over here, mark that off. And if I take a construction line going from that midpoint of that line to that corner on the other side, going across, you'll see that I have found the midpoint of the pentagon. So I can now take that off from, I'm just going to take it from that corner over there, from there to there, and I'll take that down into my drawing over here, and I'm going to mark that off. So I've got a center line going back over here. Note the isometric line, long dash, short dash, long dash, short dash, long dash, short dash, long dash. There's my center line. There is the center of this whole story. Okay, and from there I'll be able to figure out where my pentagon needs to go. That smaller little pentagon needs to go. I'm going to draw another little pentagon off to the side over here. I think it'll be easier to get those measurements. I'm going to take my pencil, and it says that I've got a 30 millimeter line over here. So I draw in a 30 millimeter base. There we go, there's my 30 millimeter base. Same story again, I'm going to take lines going, little circle going around from that side, little circle going around from that side. Whoops, that didn't work. There we go. Take my pair of compasses to the intersection of those two arcs. Draw a little arc going around over there. Make a perpendicular bisector coming down over here. Where the intersection of those two circles are, and the intersection of those two circles go through where the arc cuts through that perpendicular bisector to get my 72-degree angle. So a little line coming down from there to there, and a little line going down from there to there. Right, that gets me the two 72-degree angles that I need in order to draw my pentagon. Let's just draw that in quickly over here. That and that. Take my pair of compasses that are still set to that 30 millimeter line. Pop that in over there. Draw a little arc. Pop that in over there. Draw a little arc. If you've drawn accurately, you should find that it links up perfectly on that center line. I haven't obviously drawn that accurately. I'm not going to spend too much time trying to figure it out. There we go. There's my pentagon, which I've got drawn in over here. Right, there's my pentagon. I can now take measurements off this thing Now, first of all, I need to find the center of this pentagon over here. How do I do that? Again, I take my measurement from the center of that line where that perpendicular bisector cuts, take it onto this line over here, mark that off, and take a line going across to the corner of this side. That gets me the center of that pentagon. Now, I've got a center over here, which I can transfer that center onto. So I'm going to take a distance from that center, going out to that apex, corner over there. I'm going to take that, pop that onto my drawing. So I've got this point, I'm going to call it point A. Managed to find point A over there because that distance from the center to there is that distance from there to A. Right. What do I need? I need to find the distance going back to these two corners over here. All right. Note, it's not in the center anymore. It's just that distance over there. So I'm going to take that distance going back from that corner. Let's take that distance over there. Take that to A. Knock that onto the center line. And note, I'm going to draw in this isometric line going across here. All right. From there, I can take this measurement from that center line to that corner. Should be the same on either side. Take that, pop that onto that line over there. Measure that off there on that side. Measure that off there on that side. Just want to check that I've got that distance correct. There we go. Take that. No, I marked it on the wrong line. Right, let's try that again. Take that measurement again. Take it to the correct line. Mark that off over there. And mark that off over there. Right. Once I've got that, I can draw in a line, non-isometric line from A to that point over there, and from A to that point over there. You should find that that line and that line are parallel, and that line and that line should be parallel as well because they are both pentagons. I need to find the back corner over here. How do I do that? I'm going to take a measurement from there going out to there. Take that from there going out to there. I'm going to draw a isometric line going across over here. Let's just take another color. I think that will be useful. There we go. There we go. Okay. I need to get from the center over there across to that corner over there. Take that measurement from the center going up to there. Pop that in on that. Take that around, pop it onto there. We won't really be needing that part over there. I'm going to draw a line going from there to there. Let's just draw that in. Okay. I'm going to be able to definitely draw a line measured off from this story over here. Measure that, going back to that corner. I've marked that off on that side. I can now draw in a line going from that point over there out to there. What I would suggest you do is take your set squares together, go to that line over there, and if you slide that down over here, you will have a line which is going to be parallel to that. Once I've got that in place, I can then take my set square and my t-square, and I can drop a line coming down from that corner over there to get how long that line needs to be. I can then draw that line in very quickly, that non-isometric line again. Right, once I've got that, the next thing is to find the apex of the pyramid over here. We found the center, so I can take a line going up over there. Just a nice perpendicular center line going to the top. So I go a little bit through the center lines over there, and I'm going to measure off this distance of 50 millimeters. Measuring 50 millimeters with my pair of dividers, go to that center over there, mark that off. Right, once I've got that, I can now take lines going up to the apex of that pyramid from that corner, from that corner, from that corner over there, and from that corner going down to there. Right, once I've got that in place, I can then start looking at finishing this thing off. I can definitely see a line going across from there to there. I need to figure out where this line is going to go back. How do I do that? Well, I've got this distance from that center line over there to that point, and I need that point on the opposite side over there. Finding that point on that isometric line, I can now join a line going from this corner over here, going across to find that corner over there. There would be hidden detail going across. You don't need to put in the hidden detail. Right, that is that drawing completed.